Got a real nice kid.
Yes.
We'll ring you about the job.
Ah, beauty. Well, I'll see you soon, I hope.
Bye.
Bye.
Well?
She's a bit rough.
Oh, does that matter? She and Michelle took to each other straight away.
I don't think she's suitable.
Nobody's been suitable. I advertise, people come, and there's always something you don't like.
Why are we going on with this?
Oh, Peter, please.
Oh, hell.
The house is so huge, I can't manage it on my own or Michelle.
Other women can.
Well, I can't. Oh, let it come. Just for a while, please.
Sally, is my blue suit here?
How would I know?
I was just asking. I thought you might have seen it, that's all.
I took it to the cleaners.
Oh, right. I was going to wear that.
If I'd known you'd wanted it so soon again, I would have got it back. I'm not a mind reader.
Any chance of a cup of coffee before we go?
Maxine, can't you find something quieter for Michelle to play with?
Leave her with it. She likes it. Here, Michelle, you should little baby. And put the dummy in the baby's lap like.
There's no milk.
What?
I said there's no milk.
I don't know why you don't let Maxine run this house. Even she could do it better than you.
Yeah. Well, I'll go get some.
Good.
I don't know why we have to be at each other's throats all the time when you're home. We see little enough of each other as it is.
My sentiments exactly.
Mummy!
Oh, Michelle! Can't you see Mummy's got hot coffee here? Could have hurt you. Don't you understand? Hot. Burn. For Christ's sake, it could hurt you!
Sally! Right. I'll give you a ring when I know when I'm coming back.
Okay, I'll come out and pick you up.
I'll get a taxi.
No, I might as well be useful for something.
You got the keys? Oh, and for heaven's sake, stay out of trouble when I'm gone.
Well, what's that supposed to mean? For God's sake, will you get off my back? I make one mistake.
I didn't mean it like that.
Well, how did you mean it?
Look, Sal, if I can clinch this deal, it's going to mean a lot of money for us. Heaven knows I don't want to go charging off to Adelaide, but it's my job. The least you can do is to keep out of trouble and stay away from the Scotch when I'm gone.
Can I help you, madam?
Oh, yes, how much is this?
$68. It's imported from France.
I'll take it. And you've got some snakeskin belts over there. I'll have one of those, too.
Mummy, I want Maxie.
She's gone. Oh, don't start, Michelle. Please don't start. For Christ's sake, will you shut up? Will you shut up, Michelle? Oh, Peter. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it is good to have you home. I did miss you. Hey, this weekend, why don't we go up into the hills? We could take Michelle and have lunch at that great little place that we used to...
Not so fast. I've got to go back, darling.
Back? Well, back where?
Back to Adelaide, love, to finalise the contracts. We will, but not this weekend.
It's always not this weekend. Peter, you're only home just to collect your laundry.
Now, don't talk nonsense, Sally.
Peter, this is your home, not a hotel.
And work is work. Now, be reasonable. That contract could be worth $200,000 a year to the company, and 10% of that is mine.
I just don't want you to go away again. Please.
Sal, we're talking about a lot of money here.
Look, I don't care about the stinking money. I just want us to be together.
Yeah. Well, that stinking money, as you call it, buys one hell of a lot of comfort. What do you think pays for the steaks? For this house? And for little joys like that, hmm?
We don't need those things if we've got each other.
Grow up, Sal. You're talking like a child. If you've got some romantic notion of living in an attic, forget it. I like our life just the way it is.
I just want us to be together for a while.
You've proved your point. We will. But not this weekend, sweetheart. I've got to work, and that's all there is to it. Okay?
Oh.
By the way, you see my present from Adelaide?
God, strike me. It's fabulous. It's real nice.
Very pretty and very expensive.
Hey, chicken, you want to play some more?
I better go. I'm running late.
Round we go.
Hello?
Hi, hon. Listen, I'm afraid I've got bad news.
You can't make lunch.
Afraid not. It's the Silverman account. We're in a meeting now. It could take hours.
Okay. I'll make a sandwich here.
Oh, thanks, love. I'll make it up to you.
Don't say that, Peter. You're always saying that.
Look, if it was anyone else but Silverman, I'd be there
Doesn't
with
matter,
bells on, you know?
Peter. Just doesn't matter.
What's that? It's a squirrel, isn't it? And what's that?
A baby!
A baby!
It looks as if I'm not going any place after all.
No dinner ready and you sit there drunk out of your skull. I don't ask for much, God knows. But you act like a spoiled bitch every time you don't get your own way.
What?
What the hell is wrong with you? That you've got to drink yourself into a stupor in order to get through the day?
Yeah. Well, she was all dressed up with nowhere to go. Got the feeling some joker stood her up for lunch.
You keep out of this. What the hell are you doing here anyway?
Well, someone had to look after your kid. Your wife wasn't up to it.
How dare you speak about Mrs. Dempster like that? You can go now. I don't need you anymore tonight.
Yeah, but I've got to bath Michelle and put her to bed.
I'm quite capable of looking after my own daughter, thank you very much. I said you can go.
Right. It's fine by me. Good night.
This'll do. Pull up.
Well, don't you want me to park?
No, I'll walk from here.
Suit yourself.
I don't suppose there's any point in trying to talk to you sensibly.
Not if you're going to lecture me, there isn't. Why don't you make out a list of orders? Do the laundry, clean the house, look after your daughter. Stay off the booze, keep out of trouble. Yes, sir, no, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
I don't know why I even bother. You're not worth it.
When are you coming back?
The way I feel right now, maybe never.
Peter! You bastard!
Could you step out of the car, please, miss? What happened?
I don't know. I didn't want him to go away again.
You know the man you ran down?
It's my husband. He just got home and then he said he had to go away again. I just wanted to stop him.
I think you better come with me.
Your name is Sally Ann Dempster, is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have been remanded on a charge of the attempted murder of your husband, is that correct?
I didn't mean to kill him.
Just answer the question, Dempster. Nobody's interested in the details.
Correct.
No. You may dress in civilian clothing, and you may work if you wish.
Work? Yes, I'd like to work.
Right, can be arranged in the morning. In the meantime, you will shower and be searched for lice.
Lice?
Don't they have lice where you come from, Dempster? Come on.
Sally, love, come on. There's no need for all that, love. Yeah. Look. Yeah. That's better, isn't it? Oh, look, I know it's bloody rotten in here, but you can't afford to let it get you down.
Oh, it's not that.
Well, you're not crying over that husband of yours, are you? Here. Do you want to tell me about it?
I love him so much. He just kept going away. I got so lonely. And I felt so depressed, and we had an argument. I just snapped, that's all.
Yeah, bloody men, they don't understand nothing, do they? Go off to their nice, cosy little offices every day and their secretaries, and come home and wonder why you're not satisfied by doing the housework all day.
I don't think Peter's ever had anyone else. But you're right about him not understanding what it's like to be stuck at home all day. Just Michelle and me.
Michelle? Is that your daughter? Mm. I've got a little girl, Elizabeth.
You must miss her being in here.
Yeah, I do.
I hate being without Michelle. She must be so confused.
About you being in here, you mean?
No, that and everything else. She's such a lovely little thing. Sometimes I can't help myself. Do you ever get like that?
Like what?
I find it so hard to cope sometimes. I get so frustrated with her.
What are you talking about?
It's so hard to make her understand when I'm not feeling well, or that I'm not in the mood to play with one of her noisy toys. Sometimes I think she does it on purpose. But I get so beside myself that I hit her. Oh, God, I've hit her so hard sometimes.
You hit your kid?
Once, when I was cooking, I nearly threw a saucepan of hot water over her. Do you know what it's like?
No. No, I bloody don't know what it's like. But I think it's about time you was on the receiving end. That's what it feels like for your little Michelle.
Look, ladies, we're just in time for morning tea. Now, let me do it. A hard-working mother like you needs to relax.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want to teach you a lesson, Dempster. One that you'll never forget.
But I've never done anything to you.
No, but you have done something to that little kid of yours, haven't you? That's what you do every time the kid annoys you, don't you?
Please.
What do you find works best? Touch of boiling water, maybe?
No, don't.
That'll bring the little bugger into line every time, won't it? Well, you try it. And keep quiet about it.
Mrs. Barfield! Mrs. Hall! Oh. Somebody hear me, please!
Go on.
Oh, somebody, please! Please. Oh, Miss...
Locked you away from us, have they, child basher? I bet you couldn't wait to tell them what happened to you.
Oh, no, I didn't tell them anything.
Oh, yeah? Then how come they got you locked in here? Dave, I must think you need protecting. Laggers always need protection.
No, I didn't. Well, you can ask Miss Ferguson. She was there.
I believe her like I believe you, and you are a liar.
Oh, I swear it.
Oh, we swear it, do we? Well, think about this. You might think you're safe locked away in here, but you gotta eat. And you know who prepares the food? My mates. And you know what I can arrange to have put in your food?
No.
anything I like.
Damn you! Is she dead? Well, she's not dead. Go and get Miss Baker. Move it! Tell her to call the hospital. No, I can't wait. Hold on.
Now, come on, let's move out.
Quickly, quickly.
Thank God. She'll be all right.
I sent for the sisters. Best not to move her.
We haven't a replacement yet.
Oh, no. Sorry. Come on, what about the doctor?
Yeah, the hospital's been called. Meg, would you get this lot to the dining room?
Right, straight away. Come on, ladies, stop gawking. Move off to lunch. Come on.
Well, go on, you get out too. I'll call if I need help.
But I want to stay and
Just
see...
move it, Miss Baker. Okay, Dempster. Well, don't you think you've caused enough trouble?
Oh, I couldn't help it. It was all so hopeless.
Come on. Stop looking for sympathy.
Oh, you got no right to say that.
What? You think I should give you pity?
Just leave me alone.
Why? So you can try it again? Look, all you're doing is hitting out at your family.
It's ridiculous.
Is it? Look, you kill yourself. Everybody feels bad about it. Your husband, your child, even the people in the prison. Isn't it?
I love Peter. I love Michelle.
Listen to me. You thought you'd found a way of hitting out at your husband so he couldn't hit back.
No.
Well, it's about time I had a few straight words with him.
Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can. Now, look. Do I have to put restraining straps on you?
No.
I don't believe this. What sort of a place are you running here? I mean, what happens if some of my clients find out?
I don't think that's the point, Mr. Dempster.
Don't you now? Well, what sort of protective custody do you call it when a woman can just casually hang herself in one of your cells?
You don't seem very concerned about your wife's problems.
Problems? My God, she's the problem. I don't even know what I'm doing here. You're supposed to be looking after her now.
Oh. Well, at least you're helping me understand why she tried to kill herself.
What does that mean?
If you could take your mind off your own work for a few moments, you might see the reasons yourself.
I don't have to take that sort of abuse from the likes of you.
Yes, I think you do, Mr. Dempster. There is a lot at stake here.
Are you saying that it's my fault?
Your wife had these problems before she came here. And she came from the home life you gave her.
That's crazy. I worked my guts out to give that woman everything she could possibly ask for.
And did she ask for them?
She didn't have to.
Look, I have been through the traumas of bringing up children. Now, I know how a woman in Sally's position needs real support.
And you're saying that she didn't get it from me?
Well, she tries to kill herself. And your main concern is still for yourself. Yes, I would say that makes you a big part of her problem.
Look, I did everything for Sally and my child. I worked damn hard, so don't blame me for this. You women, you always want to blame some man. I suppose it was my fault she ran over me at the airport as well. What else could I do for her?
You could have got off your own little ego trip long enough to ask her what she wanted.
But it was all for her.
Then for God's sakes, tell her that, not me. You can have 10 minutes. Miss Ratcliffe?
Thank you. How are you now?
Sorry, Peter.
Forget it. Maybe we've both got a lot to be sorry about. Your Mrs. Powell just gave me a verbal rap over the knuckles.
She had no right to do that.
Oh, she made me think. Been pretty selfish about all this, haven't I?
You had your work.
Oh, don't make excuses for me, Sal. While I was in hospital, the firm sent young Bob over to Adelaide to clear up that deal I was working on. Well, he wrapped the whole thing up in 2 days. I couldn't have done better myself.
You set it up.
Well, that's just the point, darling. I set it up from my office here. There was no need for him to go traipsing around all over the country. That's a junior rep's job. And it really looks like it would have been more use at home, doesn't it?
What about the divorce?
What divorce? Michelle needs both of us. So what do you say?
Oh, Peter.
And we've really got to work out something about your court appearance tomorrow.
Oh, like what?
Well, if your Mrs. Powell is correct, as I'm beginning to think she is, I'm as much to blame for this mess as you are. So I'll make it look like I provoked you.
No, you can't.
Of course I can. Anyway, my solicitor said that the courts don't like inflicting imprisonment for domestic conflicts.
You do that after.
Well, not just for you, Sal. For us.
Who's that?
Just the babysitter. Someone to help you.
You mean Michelle's here?
I was hoping to bring you here after the court. Well, counting on it, really.
Oh, Peter. Michelle. Oh,